Welcome to the CND Podcast, where we break down, Kane's news, Kane's trades, Kane's games, all of the good stuff. I'm Ian. I'm here with. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Uh, I'm Nick. You know, same two people it always is.
That's right. Same host. All right, so let's jump right into it. This last stretch of games since we last recorded, pretty good, I think.
I th-
oh,
I think
what are your thoughts on everything that happened?
I think they've been pretty good. There's been some games and some periods that have been a little rough to watch. Um, when did we last record? Like, what are the games that we've had since then?
I think we last recorded before the series with Tampa and Dallas, like the first one.
Right. That was right after we got shafted by COVID. Yeah, about that.
Exactly. And yeah, those three games right there, most impressive stretch I think we've seen all season.
Wow. Especially losing Mrazek and McCormick in one of those games, which glad to see both of them back on the ice again. They were both training. They were both on the ice practicing separately with the goaltending coach.
Which
so
I mean,
that's good.
McCormick,
That's good to
he
see.
probably won't get back into the lineup, but at least he's healthy. I thought for sure he's going to be out for a few months.
What happened. Dude, I thought he was going to be out for like the season. His shoulder looked screwed, man. That was.
Is it not?
Yeah, I don't know who threw that hit, but dang, it was a big.
I think it might have been Blake Como. I remember Tripp complaining about it.
It might have been
pretty vividly.
It might have been. Nedeljkovic has impressed me so far. I mean, last game he did let in. I guess you could say that last goal was kind of to blame on him. I wouldn't exactly put all the blame on him for.
The second goal was kind of
the Dallas game.
Yeah, but for every bad
second goal was a rocket of a shot. I don't know who shot that, but credit to them because that was a beam.
But he had a few really, really big saves early on in the game when the Canes were playing their best, so I'm really not going to fault him for those two. Kind of whatever. I forgot how they scored the first one.
Still can't stop. The first one was a rebound, but I still can't stop laughing at him getting a penalty for tripping. I think it was Pavelski that he tripped.
Oh yeah, no, that was hilarious. I mean, and honestly, it was probably the right play because if that dude got into the puck, they would have had like a 3-on-2 right in front of the net. So credit to him. Yeah, no, he's good. He made his puck handling skills.
Big saves on that power play too.
Yeah, he was probably the best penalty killer. Right there.
Yeah. Stats don't necessarily tell that story when it comes to him. You know, the stats make him look like he's doing pretty bad, but he's hanging in there.
Yeah, no, he's been solid. I mean, he's not going to be putting up like starting goalie numbers, but we didn't really expect that, right?
Yeah,
and, I mean, he's made the saves when he's had to.
Maybe like 3 years ago if he actually got his proper chance, but not nowadays, no.
Yeah.
So how have you felt about the games?
Oh, I've liked them. I mean, because we've had a few sloppy games. Like, I feel like the game against Chicago, obviously, that was fun, but it was very, very sloppy. And the two games against Dallas, we honestly did not play our best. But the nice thing is we have talent now. So it kind of makes up for any, like, poor play. Like, if we had played that poor even, like, 2 seasons ago, that's an automatic loss right there. And it's weird because I feel like the most like complete game we played during that like road trip was the one where we lost in Columbus, if that makes sense. Like that was probably our best like Canes hockey type game. We still lost.
I couldn't tell you. I think there was a span of 3 games where I was so unoptimistic about it that I just went to sleep after the first period. I think it was both. It was the Chicago game and both those Columbus games. I was like, oh. I don't have enough energy for these.
But like God, this is such a fun team to watch because I mean, even the Chicago game, I mean, it was like 6-4, and then the Columbus game was like a 6-5 win. Like that kind of hockey, we just not used to seeing that. It's so much fun. Just chances at both ends. I love it.
Speaking of Columbus, I've just now been told apparently that Zach Werenski's not playing tonight, which that's gonna help us.
Yeah,
He's a
no,
pretty good
Lewinsky's
player.
very good. Very good at creating offense. He's a huge part of that team. And Jones has been kind of struggling this year, so they're not going to have as much, firepower from the back end as they usually do. It's going to be
Maybe the
huge.
advanced stats people were correct saying that Seth Jones was average.
Yeah, I hate to admit it, but it's just starting to look that way, man. Uh, yeah, but Jack Roslovic and Patrick Laine, they've been going off for Columbus.
Dude,
I think that trade really has worked
God.
for them. They've been very impressive so far. Yeah, I think Laine had 2 goals against us Sunday, and then Roslovic had that goal on Monday with like 5 minutes left in the period. Beautiful goal. I think that was the moment where they figured Dzingel was no longer going to be a Hurricane after he got broken by Roslovic like that. So,
and I
out of that
guess we could break into that Dzingel trade.
Okay, yeah. Let's go ahead.
But there is one thing I want to say, and that's actually just going over tonight's lineup against Montreal, because Ian and I I think it was more me, but we forgot to record it last night. This episode was supposed to be recorded the day before the Columbus game. But
we had the Mavericks game to watch,
I think the
right?
obvious one that everyone... Yeah. We narrowly lost to...
I saw him miss the last shot. I was like, oh, that's rough. Missed the game winner.
But obviously, everyone knows Paquette's going to be playing with Ross and Martin tonight. But I was not ready to find out that apparently we're going to be seeing more Jake Bean, which I'm
love it.
I'm not exactly against. And then he's actually going to be playing with Shea, not Gardner, because Gardner's pushed up to the second pairing with Pesce.
Yeah, and honestly, I like it. I mean, I think I'm more comfortable playing with Brady Shea than I am Jake Gardner. I feel like Shea can do more two-way stuff, whereas Gardner's more, offensive-minded, if that makes sense. So I like it.
Which I think good to have someone like that playing with a man like Brett Pesce.
Oh, yeah. Oh, credit to Brett Pesce, by the way. He's been going off. Like, ever since he returned from that shoulder surgery. Yeah, no, I completely agree. I mean, he's just been crazy good. And he's creating more offense than he usually does. Because usually he's always a rock in his own end, but he's doing stuff on both sides of the ice. But I like it. I think Fleury was probably our worst defenseman. Like, he wasn't bad. He just, when you have 6 very, very talented defensemen, someone has to be the worst, right? So I'm glad that they're giving Bean another look.
Yeah.
I think it adds a little bit more offense to the lineup, which you're going to need against Columbus because they're going to play a very tough game, where they're not going to let you in very often. So having a puck carrier like Bean, that's smart.
Yeah, and final thing about the lineup, and this should be probably obvious one, considering the fact he played like 7 games straight. We have James Reimer starting tonight with Nedeljkovic backing them up still.
I'm honestly fine with that because I think Nedeljkovic is going to play better against Florida. Like, I think Florida's offense runs more, like, not as structurally, if that makes sense. So I think having Nedeljkovic kind of in that chaos, like handling the puck and all that, is going to be more valuable than if you have Reimer in there. So honestly, I like it against Columbus. He was pretty bad on Sunday, but I think with a little bit of rest, Reimer should get back to his normal self.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think he was a little bad because he was incredibly overworked and probably exhausted to all hell.
Yeah.
But luckily, our next 3 games after tonight are going to be a little easier.
Yeah. And don't get me wrong, that Florida game is going to be crazy because that's going to be like high octane offense the entire game. So Ned has his work cut out for him, but I'm fine with that. I'm good with them splitting starts. It's,
Have we played every team in the Central yet? I'm just realizing. Have we?
Once we play Florida, we will. Because remember, they were the first game that got postponed. So once we do, yeah. In fun fact, we've beaten every team in the Central at least one time except for Florida. So there you go.
Have we really?
Yeah.
Yeah. We have. All right. Yeah, fair enough.
So yeah, let's get into the big trade, pretty unexpected trade yesterday. What are your thoughts on it?
I like the trade. And that's not necessarily saying I don't like Ryan Dzingel. I just think one, he wasn't used properly, and two, he just wasn't a good fit in general. Um, I can already tell the Hurricanes 100% have absolutely no plans to legitimately use Galchenyuk, and that's not too hard to see. But
Yeah.
and then Piquet I think should be pretty good as a grit guy on that fourth line, centering Martinook and Fost. I mean that's going to be an all grit, kind of shutdown line, and I'm here for it.
Oh yeah, no, I completely agree because it's not like Paquette's going to be like a fantastic player, but he's going to be a lot more useful than Ryan Dzingel was in that fourth line. I mean, really, we need a grit guy like that. When you have guys like Jamie Benn cheap shotting everybody and no resistance, you need a guy like Paquette to rough him up a little bit. So I'm happy for it. I mean, really, and bringing that experience and that veteran leadership is always very very important. And Galchenyuk, I mean, decent depth. I don't think he's going to have much of a future. Like he'll probably go to the taxi squad if he doesn't get picked up. And I don't know, someone gets injured, he'll get caught up. But it's whatever. That was a really big part of the trade for me. I think it was just kind of Ottawa didn't want to keep him anymore, so we're like, okay, yeah, I guess we'll take him.
And on our part, it was just dumping Dzingel in his contract, I guess. Which reminds me, we still have to re-sign Dougie Hamilton and Svech.
Yeah.
Luckily enough, contract-wise, Dougie hasn't been necessarily as amazing as he was last season.
Yeah, no, I can agree with that. He's putting up
neither has Slavin, but
yeah, he's putting up better numbers. So I think like that will inflate his value a little bit, just because it's like, yeah, he hasn't been good defensively this year, but he has 9 points in 12 games. That's nothing to sneeze at, unfortunately. So we'll see how that goes. I'm more worried about the Svech contract because oh boy, that guy can play. He's getting paid. Oof. I mean, he deserves it. I'll give him all the money. I don't care.
They're gonna slap an Aho kind of contract on him.
Yeah, exactly. Like kind of like more of a bridge deal. I hope they do that. Because if not, you're going to be paying Svech like $10 million. Which don't get me wrong, he's worth $10 million, but
absolutely, he's worth every penny you could throw at that man.
Yeah, no, I don't care how much we pay. As long as we can work it out where we can re-sign him and re-sign him for the rest of his career. That's all I care about.
Absolute stud. There was one other trade, which
you're probably center no one so far this year
cares about. Probably absolutely no one cares about the second trade, but Gregory Hoffman was traded to Columbus for a 7th round pick. If you paid attention to the Instagram account, you would know that he probably can't even actually play with them for very, very strange reasons. But
I mean,
he wasn't ever going to play with us. I mean, he's been playing with like the same team in Switzerland his entire career.
Yeah, I mean,
he was just brought up in that system. And yeah,
free 7th, and it's going to be weird not seeing him on all the media guys because his name is always there, and it's like, who the hell is Gregory Hoffman? And I think he got drafted in 2011.
To be fair,
he's not getting rid of.
Yeah, to be fair, he was technically the Hurricanes' longest tenured player. Although he was never under contract, he was because the league in Switzerland that he was playing for, they don't actually have a transfer agreement with the NHL. Therefore, we were just allowed to keep him forever. Theoretically, we could have just kept him until he retired from hockey. But he wanted to play. He wanted a one-way contract. Canes didn't want to give it to him. So, here we are. We have a 7th round pick. I think that's like a third. I think we have 3 7th round picks this draft alone, which, knowing this management and how they draft, will probably turn into one bust, a middle 6 player, and probably an elite goalie like they did with Frederick Anderson. In 2011, I think it was 2011, 2012 draft, something like that.
Yeah, an elite goalie that's going to hold out and then sign with someone else. That's exactly how it's going to go down.
Yeah, gonna pull an Adam Fox. That guy's still
But
on the bench.
yeah. So we were talking about how our last podcast, like how our breakout player kind of like who impresses most was Trocheck. And then Jordan Stahl must have heard that and said, "No, I'm going to be the best player on this team." And now he has like God, I
Jordan
think
Stahl, big
I need to check his
big fan of
stats.
the CND podcast.
Oh yeah, humongous, huge Caniac.
Big, yeah, huge Galchenyuk,
See, and
man.
I need to check
But
his stats real quick.
he's been lighting it
12
up, man.
points in his last 9 games, I think it is. Yeah, 12 points in 9 games.
Dude,
Pretty damn good.
Yeah, that's a great way to explain it. Just pretty damn good. And the Canes' top four in point scorers is showing incredible depth for our centers, as 3 out of the 4 are centers,
Yeah,
which
it's
is
it's a
just
very good
insane.
sign. And then you add Paquette into that, who's like a legitimate 4C. I mean, no offense to Martinook or Geeky, but I think Paquette's going to be better in that 4C
And
role. Martinook's more of a winger. Geeky's he's on his way. He'll get there. But yeah, I mean,
don't mean to interrupt you, but Galchenyuk has officially cleared waivers now.
oh dang, you didn't get picked up.
Nope.
I can't post my meme anymore. Yo, yep, yeah, he cleared.
That's
I'm posting it
unfortunate.
anyway. I'm posting it anyway. It's whatever.
I don't think he'll be able to be like taxi squad for this game because he's still in Canada right now.
Yeah,
he was awaiting the results. Therefore, yeah, I don't think he will be on taxi squad or benched or anything like that for tonight's game. What else is there?
hopefully no one gets hurt where he has to like go in.
Oh God.
Because I feel like if he does go in, it's going to be when a top six guy like goes down. Like if like Nate just gets hurt again, then they'll put in more of a skill player. But we'll see. I mean, congrats, Galchenyuk. You get to stay around a bit longer. Can't wait for you to see you get flipped at the deadline. But
Yeah,
it's how
the
it goes.
deadline for like a 3rd round pick to Detroit.
I'm surprised no one like even looked at him. I mean, he doesn't. He
Yeah,
doesn't have
people
much
probably
potential.
looked at him, just decided against it.
Yeah.
I mean, leg injuries have absolutely destroyed that man's career, and it's depressing because like back in 2017, like he was emerging as a legitimate first line center, and then just injuries, trades, all that, man. He's had
Yeah.
we're his 5th team in 2 years now.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, because he went to Montreal, then got traded to Arizona, and then Pittsburgh, and then Minnesota, and then he signed with Ottawa, got traded to us. It's been a carousel. Honestly, we might be his last stop, like in the NHL level. So we'll see how that goes. But feel bad for him.
And I think this is gonna have to become an every other episode thing. I'm still getting absolutely destroyed by injuries in fantasy. It's not even. To be fair, I finally won a week. I'm now 1-3 in my fantasy league.
My God, I was 3-0, and then McKinnon got hurt, and then they had the COVID protocol thing, and I'm screwed now because I'm 3-2, and each game I lost by like 10 points, which McKinnon easily could have made up if he had played.
I have a pending trade. Oh, I have a trade that's been proposed to me. Whoa.
What's the trade?
I would be receiving Konechny, Gensel, and Georgiev for Burns, Dumba, who's currently injured, and Carter Hart, who hasn't been great per se.
Yeah.
But no, I don't
Has Burns been good this year? I mean, obviously he doesn't have.
Oh no, he has. Despite having a negative plus minus, everything else has been pretty good.
Oh, okay. I'll
look back on that one.
Not bad.
But yeah. So I have Anthony Sorelli's currently out. Shea Theodore's day-to-day. My IR is fucking Dumba and Heishier. And then obviously the Boston game is postponed against New Jersey, so Halak isn't actually playing tonight. So yeah, I have like 5 players that just can't play. It's
That's the
unfortunate.
worst.
It's unfortunate.
This morning, I finally cut ties with Demko. I dropped them for Chandler Stevenson. Vancouver is just so bad. I couldn't take it anymore. I will always appreciate Demko for the one game.
The one Vancouver game I watched, they actually won. So I think I'm that team's lucky charm at this point. Screw it. I may just go ahead and pick up like Stahl and Niederreiter just for like a week.
There is Jordan Stahl available? I have Nino. He's been good. Is Stahl still available?
I think he is. I don't think anyone's picked him up in my league.
Damn. As soon as the Canes player gets hot, like it's like going over.
Never mind. Someone picked up Jordan Stahl, which is
it's probably smart.
And then someone picked up Trocheck, and someone's probably picked up Nino at this point now.
Yeah. Oh,
no one has picked up Nino.
Deserves a little bit of appreciation because Nino has been like very, very good. I mean, 6 goals obviously, but you look at his advanced stats, so much blue.
He's bouncing back, man.
Oh yeah. I mean, this is the Nino revenge tour right here. There are a lot of revenge tours going on.
Dude, you got the Stahl revenge tour. We have
you got the Trocheck revenge
tour this season.
Hey, that Mrazek revenge tour, once he comes back, gotta keep rolling, all that. But no, I think the way our depth has been playing is phenomenal. I mean, and I'm never gonna doubt a Rod Brindamore line again because I said, "Oh my God, why is Svechnikov with Stahl and Fogle?" And then they score like 2 goals a game, and it's like, okay, that makes sense then. Oh my God, why is McGinn on the first line? 5 goals for Brock McGinn. It's just never gonna doubt that man again.
Yeah. I think that's probably how long have we been recording? We've only been recording for like 15 minutes. Wow, this was I thought it's been like at least 25, like 30. It's only been 15 minutes? Damn.
I'll go through predictions for the next game. The next few games.
Sure.
Okay, so we have a 5-game homestand where we play Columbus, Florida, Chicago on a back-to-back, and then Tampa. And then we go on the road to Tampa for another back-to-back, and then Florida to finish out the next 2 weeks.
Tampa 3 times in a row.
Yep, we play Tampa 3 times. We play Florida twice, and those are the 2 teams ahead of us in the standings, I think.
Yeah, probably. I think we're like tied 3rd. Yeah.
Yeah, we're
technically we should actually be 2nd, but for some reason the NHL app it has Florida in 2nd or whatever.
I think it's just because they have more regulation wins, but yeah,
they don't.
We have the same
do.
Points.
We had 9 wins. They have 8.
No, I said regulation wins because we won like 3 overtime games.
Hey man, still a win.
Yeah,
still 2 points.
So just off the top of my head, out of the next 8 games, I think we go. I'll take 6-2. This is one of my more optimistic predictions. I think we'll lose to Tampa once on the back-to-back, and I think we'll lose to Florida once. But I think we beat Chicago both times. We beat Tampa. Oh, maybe we go 5-3. Maybe Tampa gets us again. But I'll go 6-2 as my prediction.
We have Columbus once, Florida twice, Chicago twice, and then Tampa Bay 3 times. I'm gonna go an even 4-4. I don't know why, but I feel like we're gonna get stumped once by like each team. I feel like all these teams get stumped. Well, maybe not Columbus, but
yeah,
I feel like we'll probably lose one to Florida.
Chicago did get us for 1 game, and Kevin Lincoln
and we'll lose one to
ability to steal.
We'll lose one to Florida, 1 to Chicago, and then 2 to Tampa Bay is my prediction.
Okay, that's fair.
Given
Yeah.
it's just the even 4 and 4. Hopefully 1 or 2 of those losses are OT losses, which I don't even want to get started on the call that sent that Dallas game to overtime.
Yeah,
that was an awful call.
Yeah.
I don't.
It wasn't very good considering Ben can cheap shot our goalie and just no call. But I mean,
I don't understand.
I'm more concerned about how easily we just like turned the tide. Like Aho was racing down to an empty net, 2-on-1. Like, okay, that's game right there. And then they flip it around.
And then he just, I don't know.
Okay, I love Aho, and I'm not going to blame him completely for that because I mean he did still make a good play, but I never want to see that stupid like turn around and pass it to the other guy because the 3 times he's done that, it has resulted in a goal the other way. The hooking call on Cam Atkinson that led to a penalty shot, and then a shorthanded goal. If I'm not mistaken, he's done it 3 times, and they've never worked.
He should have shot it, man.
Way.
I mean,
yeah. I get what he was thinking, trying to get it to Tavo, but you should have just shot it. If you miss it, you still kill time.
Yeah. That's something I saw on Twitter. Someone was like, even if you miss it, you're still dumping it deep. Turbo could pick it up and send it out front.
And they're like 30 seconds left. I mean, you might as well. But another thing is Tavo Teravainen needs to get going. I mean,
trust me,
he's not been awful, but he's got to be better than that. He's
that's been that's been.
I was about to say you might as well hold on to him though, because as soon as he takes off, you're gonna regret getting rid of him. I mean, he's like the number 1 like buy low candidate in everyone's list right now. So I feel like could do this thing where he's asked for like 20 games and then the last 30
86% rostered on Yahoo somehow.
Yeah, I mean,
normally with fantasy, whenever a player does bad, people just drop them immediately.
Yeah,
I learned that lesson with Kubalik. I dropped him, and he's actually.
Oh my god! You dropped Kubalik like right before they got good.
Yep.
Oh, that's rough. That's rough.
To be fair,
you can just pick up any
after like their
Hawks
first
rookie.
4 games. They were looking like trash. He was playing like trash, and I was down by like 100. I just had to snap into it and play it. So, yeah.
Oh my god! You can just pick up any Hawks rookie, and they'll probably get you like a win every week. Because I don't know where they're finding these guys. But every single
I think the
team is going to win the Calder.
He got taken.
I mean, yeah, you got Lankinen, you got who's the new guy, Puce Suter or whatever his name is. There's like comps, like all these guys that I've never heard of are just taking over the rookie ranks. It makes no sense.
Like one of the big things that led to me dropping Kubalik was the fact that I had no idea who he was playing with. I was like, who's this Suter guy? Who's comp? Who are these guys? And then they end up being absolute studs. And
legit, there's a chance like all 3 Calder nominees come from the Blackhawks. It's pretty funny.
Long shot, but yeah, that actually could happen.
Lankinen is absolutely. I think it's going to be Lankinen, Kaprizov, and then Keandre Miller for the Calder, like the nominees, and they'll probably give it to Kaprizov. But
I picked up Cappy pretty. It was like I picked him up like middle of the draft.
Yeah,
I also got Barzal at like pick 150, and I'm so dumb because for the second game in a row, I accidentally left him on my bench. And do you want to know what he did for 2 games in a row?
He scored like he had like 2 points in the game, right?
Fucking goal.
It's okay.
I collected like 30 points from those 2 games, but I just left him on my bench on accident.
I benched Jake Gardner, and then he had 2 assists. So, I swear, he only does good whenever I bench him. Then he'll put up hella points.
See, the problem in my fantasy league is my forwards are doing pretty good. My defensemen are just like lackluster to all hell, and there's no good defensemen. And trades
they all get picked up.
Fantasy are always just. Then
that doesn't make any sense.
Good.
Yeah, because it feels. My advice would be if you see a player in the North Division, pick them up because they'll probably get like 50 points
Yeah,
just because there's no defense
I
and
have
it's so much fun.
yeah, I have Hollander from Vancouver. I got him right after he started doing good, and he's just gotten like nothing since. Um, so I'm gonna guess that's probably all we got time for, because I got
Yeah.
other stuff to do. Pretty
All
fun
right.
episode.
So
Can't
yeah,
wait to
we,
get
we
this
we actually
out.
had stuff to cover this time.
Hopefully,
I'm glad we had a trade.
yeah. Hopefully, before game time we can get this out, and we'll see you guys next time.